A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to another edition of For Light and Dice. So, this episode represents kind of the ending of our first session for season 2. You can probably hear it in my voice at this part, but I'm really nervous about what's coming up. Not that anything bad's going to happen. Everything in the High Republic always works out, right? So, anyway, we're just coming back from break. There's some discombobulation with all of us, especially with me. So keep listening and find out why. So where did we leave off?
Gauze, Lysander, and Zero were either taking the box or going.
We took it and we're going to the Squonk.
No,
They're going to the Squonk.
Zero and Lysander did. Gauze was walking behind them with Wynn to chewing out Wynn on their questionable shifting morals.
Well, Wynn is not. Okay, so Wynn's gonna split off from them when they actually get to the Squonk. But yes, Wynn's temporarily with them. Wynn does not want to talk to the Squonk.
Wait, though, did we just leave Coriel behind?
I think Coriel went
yeah,
first.
I'll be at the Squonk.
So
Okay, let's go talk to the Squonk.
when Wynn kind of breaks off, like Gauze just kind of stops, like looks at them, kind of gives them a questioning look, like, "You okay?"
Yeah, I'm gonna run some things in the cockpit since we know we're gonna go. The Squonk and I, Wynn pauses. The Squonk and I maybe should limit communications with each other's to the level of coworkers. Perhaps people who share an office suite. The less time the Squonk and I talk to each other, the happier both of us will be.
All right.
So Wen's gonna wander off to the cockpit to do some figuring everything out for the upcoming trip, and let the others go talk to the Squonk.
I can buy it flowers.
It would probably kill them.
That's not what I mean.
Okay, so for the rest of y'all talking to the Squonk, the computer room is just as it was before when you last left it. It immediately asks, "Are we leaving?"
Hold your
soon.
horses.
We need you to identify a thing before we can depart.
Awaiting data.
This, and whoever has it, Zero will just gesture to the object.
Lysander, holds up statue box.
It's heavier than it looks.
The Squonk seems to scan it, and it says, "Readings unknown, origin unknown, art style unknown."
Okay.
Well, that was super helpful.
Alright. Well, in that case, I guess we can just put it in the cargo hold and forget about it. Yes? Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Why don't we
Okay,
sell
okay.
it?
Because what if...
Well, we want to know
No.
what it is before we try to sell it, because if it's, worth a lot, then we can sell it for a lot. And
Well-
if it's not, then we can lie and say it is.
Well, if it's a fake that came from a museum, like Wynn says, she kind of stops and like kind of looks off to the side. Where's the baby? The baby droid? Because where is baby 000?
You left the processor wherever it is. So
Okay, so okay, cool. I just had that realization. So, I mean, if it's really from a museum, it's obviously worth a lot of money.
I don't know if that's
Uh,
exactly how that works.
Yeah, I would also like to either remove whatever is inside it before we sell it.
Fine, I volunteer to open the box since you guys are all spooked about it. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
a box.
It's a force box.
And I can force it open, Kyle.
No, that's not how we force.
Can you not use the force on it?
I am not necessarily.
Okay.
My,
Okay. What needs to happen? Can it only be opened with the force?
without breaking it, most likely.
Okay.
So if we need to sell it, it needs to be opened using the force.
And you said it's
So
acting like
do
a
that.
box?
Yes. The statue, I do not believe, actually contains anything inside of it.
Alright, I can't believe I'm doing this. And she just kind of goes over to it. Excuse me, Mr. Box. Do you mind opening? We would like to know what's inside of you. Please. You're a beautiful box.
It doesn't seem to do anything. One and two says, I hear that all the time.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it up to all of y'all. Y'all need to know way more about this, and everyone got mad when I touched it. I'm gonna go start moving food out of the squonk into the 2000.
All right, at Squonk, we will be leaving shortly, like actually shortly, like before the end of the rotation.
Prepared.
All right. Cool. Glad. I'll run checks
Why don't
on
we...
things.
Guys, just come back. Why don't we just ask Obsidian why he brought it to us? Like normal people.
It left.
We know he works at the museum. We can just go ask.
I don't know if that's the best use of our time. I don't know.
Okay.
The Squonk is in a real hurry.
Okay. Normal people logic doesn't work in D&D, guys.
Don't you like fun little side quests?
No, I like figuring things out.
You just leave that little thing in your quest menu just unchecked for right now. And
Wen remains in the cockpit, doing presumably calibrations.
Calculations, as
No,
you say.
calibrations specifically.
Oh, please no.
They're doing some calibrations.
So, Gaz then is just kind of splitting the food equally among, like, you know, like, if we need this much in the 2000, take some over there, take some to Coriel's ship, make sure Coriel has some food, to make sure it's all nicely evened in case, you know, God help us, we'll probably get separated.
Okay. Yeah, that will take a little bit of time.
She doesn't do, like, all of it, though, because if they're going to be connected, like, she can do it as they're flying, so she just does, like, a little bit. Like, in some case, for some reason, something happens as soon as we take off. But who knows what horrible things would happen in hyperspace.
Indeed.
Eventually, Wen reaches down for their comm link and says, the calibrations are going well. If we need to move anything out of the condo and into the ship, we should probably do that, and we should also probably contact the ambassador and let her know that thank you for your hospitality. We will be heading out now. So somebody should do both of those things before we go. I don't have a lot of stuff, so
we
I'm not
did
too-
lose all the stuff I got from the hotel. Should I go, like, rip the sink out of the
No,
condo?
No.
no.
No, not
Probably
this time.
Not, no.
I have Sasha in the condo. I'll go take one last sweep to make sure we didn't forget anything.
I'll say bye to the ambassador.
Say bye to the Tinder boys, too.
No, they don't get to hear back from me.
Ooh.
I
Good
Wow.
move. Oh, you're
I
fierce.
fully support the ghosting of men. This is something that has my approval.
Meanwhile, outside of the city, Orcus, one of Lorna D's most trusted strikes, is awaiting communication. Though Orcus preferred working alone, Lorna insisted that he bring with him a person that she referred to as a street sweeper named Gilius. He was rather new to the Tempest, but she said he could be trusted. He wasn't going to argue with Lorna D. Orcus preferred staying alive. That said, Orcus was still planning on making sure he wasn't going to leave Naboo. It's better to work alone, no matter what. And it's unlikely Lorna D's gonna care either way. Finally, the holo activates. A transmission that Orcus has been waiting for several days is finally coming. Finally, Orcus says. You were supposed to check in with me hours ago. Where have you been, Gilius?
Hi. So sorry, Orcus. I've been just so busy. Everything in Naboo is just pretty and wonderful. It's totally not like the streets of Coruscant. I'm so happy here. It's a shame we're gonna have to leave eventually.
You idiot. We're on a mission. You're not supposed to be enjoying yourself. You're supposed to be spying. Did you do everything I asked you to do?
Oh, totally. I put the transponder on the ship just like you said, and then, I was gonna try to make contact with one of them, but, there was this crazy probe droid that, stole my credit ship. It was the craziest thing.
What do you mean you tried to make contact? What did you do?
Well, like I said, I lost my credit chip, so I don't have any money on me, but, I saw one of them on one of those galactic dating apps, and I swiped right, But he didn't swipe me back. Can you believe that? Maybe I should have shown my face in the picture or something, but I don't know. I felt like I have the body for it. Why didn't they swipe right?
You've got to be kidding me.
Orcus, I get the feeling that, you could, relax just a little bit. Maybe you should check out these apps yourself. But like I said, I put the thing on the ship, just like you said, and we're gonna be able to follow them wherever they go, so, no big deal, right?
Get back over here. We'll talk when you get here. Orcus terminates the connection. He sighs, frustrated. This is exactly why he works alone. He won't be a problem for much longer. He's definitely killing Gilius now. Lysander, how do you contact the ambassador?
I imagine we have her comm.
Oh, you have her. You have her cell phone.
Yeah.
Or her comm. Yeah.
Yeah, comm number. So he'll just try to call her comm.
You reach out to contact her, and eventually she appears right on the mini projector screen. She nods, seeing you, and just says, "Hello, Lysander. I hear 1 and 2 have been up to some trouble."
Unfortunately, yes. But that is not why I'm contacting you. I'm contacting you to let you know that we'll be leaving Naboo finally. Soon,
Oh.
actually, before the end of the rotation, probably.
And where precisely do you plan to go, if I may ask?
That is classified information.
Understood. I understand the need to be discreet. But just know that you will always have a place here in Naboo. You have done something very heroic, and we are in your debt.
Well, as you know, it wasn't like we really intended for any of that to happen. But we also appreciate you all letting us stay here for as long as we have.
She just smiles and nods. Please let us know if you do need anything, and as the Jedi would say, may the Force be with you.
Lysander kind of is tense at that and is just yes, same to you. It was nice chatting. Bye. And he hangs up.
Yeah, the call disconnects.
And he sighs, and on the group comms, just like, well, I let Pola know.
Delightful. Thank you so much for that, Coriel. You and I need to have a talk when we get to hyperspace about this this ship that you're running. What is this operating system?
Oh, it is a operating system of my own design. It is designed to be used by pretty much me alone.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that.
Sorry, I should have warned you. Yeah.
Look, I fully respect the building of a proprietary operating system for your ship. Does make it a little hard to patch the comms and things together. So we're gonna have a little teachable moment for me to learn what the criff this is.
I can just do that, and I use the force to activate the ship to connect the comms.
What is it with ships and force things? Wynn grumbles a little bit, but they do seem pleased that the integration is complete.
Yeah, so with the ships integrated, and you're docking all the ships together.
Yes, we are for the moment attaching the ships together. Coriel's ship, to my understanding, goes in where the escape pod would be on the one in 2000.
Yeah, it can. I mean, it's smaller than the Ghost 2.
The Phantom 2?
The Phantom 2, yeah.
So it's not even like a ship. It's like a shuttle.
Yes, yeah.
A very small shuttle.
It is capable of holding one person and some accoutrement, and that's about it.
Did you just want to say the word accoutrement on the podcast?
No. Kind of.
Okay. Does anybody else do anything last minute on Naboo before you leave?
No.
All right.
Gaz does a walk through the condo, make sure we didn't lose anything, pick up Sasha, and heads back.
Okay. So you all are gathered on your ship. I assume the freighter is going to be the main ship that is going to be flying, right?
The Squonk.
The Squonk will be? Okay, cool.
The Squonk,
the special
Squonk will be.
hyperdrive, right?
Wins at the controls of the Squonk.
So when you are going to have to pilot out of Naboo.
Okay.
So please make a pilot check.
That is an 8.
Okay.
Do you want help co-piloting?
Yes, that would be delightful.
Then that will give you advantage, Win.
So
Yeah.
Lysander is up in the cockpit with Wynn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 26.
Yeah. So for a brief moment, you aren't quite used to the size of the ship that you're now flying. It's probably one of the most awkwardly shaped ships you've flown ever, and you very narrowly bash into the side of one of the open doors, and you avoid it last minute and just fly out of atmosphere into space.
Yeah, I would say I don't think they had Duros in mind when they designed her, but I don't think we had anybody in mind when we designed this. I'll just fly casual. They remark out loud to Lysander.
Lysander is just like, right.
1 and 2 suddenly both say,
We hear another.
Another
what the
what?
criff does that mean?
Another.
Yeah, another what?
Don't know.
What? Okay,
What do you
what is
mean?
the another saying?
They want to know if you want to play Sabak.
Who is they?
Oh, is Coriel, are you asking them to play sabacc with you?
No.
Okay.
Is this another ship?
Is it the Squonk?
Don't know. No, they're very nice.
Coriel, did you teach the squonk to play sabacc?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Do you know where the other is talking to you from?
No, they have suddenly stopped talking.
Oh. Are there
That's
no-
ominous.
Strange.
I'm sure it's fine.
It wasn't the squawk, right?
No, they were nice.
Well, that's good.
Look, I am certain there are droid therapists or whatever that can help you out with hearing random voices. We can't really afford those therapists.
Maybe we
because
should have just let the police droids reprogram them.
No!
Gonk suddenly says, Gonk?
No!
No, that's a joke. That's a joke, Gonk. We were never considering that.
Your Tinder boyfriend's changed you, Lysander.
If it's not talking to them anymore, I don't think it's necessarily a problem. I guess.
I think it's a
Onward and
problem for
upward.
later.
Yeah, we'll add it to the ever-growing list.
Yeah.
2, though, if they start talking to you again, you must tell one of us right away, okay?
Or like patch it into the comms.
Don't.
Yeah.
Ask us first before you patch it into the comms, because for all I know, we could be in the middle of a dogfight or a careful negotiation.
And comms
or
go 2 ways.
Gauze could be cooking, and we don't want to interrupt Gauze when she's cooking.
What is that
Or
supposed
just
to
play it
mean?
out loud through your own internal speaker.
I'm just saying, you liked being in the kitchen. It is a meditative experience for you, and we don't want to interrupt that while you're having a single solitary moment of joy.
Actually, I really don't like cooking, and I like cooking as a group and as a family, so fark you, Win.
Okay. Well, then in that case, if Gauze is cooking, feel free to project it into the commissary.
If Win is flying, Win loves having people talk to him and tell him all about their favorite colors.
I don't think that's a good idea when Win is flying.
What's the best pilot in the galaxy? They'll be fine.
Top 20.
I just helped Win get us safely out of Naboo.
Top 30.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't
So
like.
hyperspace, right?
I forgot you don't like
Yes.
compliments.
Where is that where are those coordinates?
Oh lord, this is going great.
Hey,
What?
Squonk, can you have the coordinates, right?
Path drive engaged. We are ready.
Okay,
Ooh.
yes.
Then,
Time to see.
Exciting.
Time
punch
to see
it.
what this. Okay. Win proceeds to punch it.
Yeah, make another pilot check for the hyperspace check.
18.
18, that's right on target, as they say. The ship immediately shifts into hyperdrive. Now you're used to the blue swirls, the sight of stars passing by as you enter the state of hyperspace. This time it's more of a sickly greenish color, and instead of being in some type of a tunnel, it's like the ship is bouncing between massive clouds that resemble almost storms and hurricanes, and you're flying in between each one of them. And there is no inertia, but you can just tell by the way that the squonk is moving. It's stopping and suddenly changing direction and moving, and it's all just very chaotic. It's not a straight line at all.
What is happening?
What's wrong with
When-
hyperspace?
Win says some words. They're in Durese, but you have a sense that these are not words that should be said in front of small children or elderly relatives.
This looks weird.
It does. It's fascinating, though.
Coriel, do you know anything about this?
No, this is very far outside my expertise.
Hey, Squonk, what the fark is happening?
Unknown. Calculating and discovering findings. We are using hyperspace in a different way.
What does that mean?
Unknown.
It means that we're gonna try really hard not to warp into a sun or an asteroid field or any of the other things. We are, in hyperspace terms, apparently driving through the woods, not like a path on the woods, but driving through the trees. That's about where we seem to be right now.
The Squonk says, we are not taking any known hyperlanes at this time. Recommend keeping scanners on high.
Don't
I'm
want to
just gonna-
crash into a space whale.
A what?
Oh, what?
I'm just gonna do what the Squonk says for once.
Yeah, I
Lysander,
think
if you could
this
keep
is a
your-
Do you
situation
guys
we
not
can
know
trust
about
them.
the space whales?
if we could focus on the not dying, and then we can talk about the space whales and whether or not they have tentacles and can do weird stuff later.
I'm sorry, what? That sounds
They
so much
what?
more fascinating than.
I was like, did you not just catch that we broke hyperspace?
We did this?
Well, the
Whoever
machine
you
that's-
got these coordinates from did this, I guess.
I'm still on the wind thing right now.
This is not how hyperspace is supposed to work. So I'm having to adjust slightly.
Alright, well, what do you need from all of us? What can we do to help you?
I need Lysander to focus on the scanning. It's coming through. I just need him to pay attention. Everyone else, be on standby. If something happens, I may have to try to take us out very quickly. Or potentially, if the path engine screws us up somehow, then I may have to change course very quickly. So just be ready to respond if something happens. Coriel, I
Yes.
don't know how your magic math thing works with hyperspace, but you seem fascinated. So the more you can figure out about what's happening right now, the better you can communicate that to me and Lysander.
Oh, I have no way of figuring that out. I'm fascinated because I've not seen this before, not because, like, I know anything about hyperspace.
I'm gonna go to the 2000.
While you're there, can you ask One End's consciousness to play us some relaxing jizz? Thanks.
Sure.
Wynn exhales through their nostrils, but does not complain about the presence of the jizz.
I have nothing to say to that. Okay, so while you're on high alert for at least a few hours, the ship seems to truck along, and eventually an entire cycle passes, and then 2 cycles pass. Does anybody kind of do anything while there's some downtime?
Guz does not talk to the One End.
Coriel is going to attempt to investigate the statue some more with the Force. One of the things I was thinking of trying to do is see if I can't form a telepathic link with whatever is inside the statue. See if I can't get more of a idea.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I like to imagine
Okay.
Lysander's also watching this happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
after the initial incident with where they jumped into this path, Wynn would be more comfortable not having a full complement in the cockpit. So they would remain in the cockpit while Lysander goes off to do Force stuff with Coriel. Staring at the monitor, reading their hutties to basic directory, sipping calf, and otherwise watching the sickly green lights of hyperspace flash across their blue-green skin.
Wow.
So, probably like a few hours later, Gaz just comes in with a fresh cup of calf and just puts it beside Win and just sits down in the co-pilot seat.
Thank you. I have no idea.
I don't want to be in the 2000. But I have to be. So tell me I have to be. Like, very captain-y.
Somebody has to be there for Lysander.
I know.
And it has to be you.
I know. But nobody else got one and killed.
Rulthes got one and killed.
No, he didn't win. Enjoy your calf. Just tell me I have to be there.
You have to be there for Lysander.
I can do that. Okay. Ugh. I made sure the jizz didn't come on for you.
It is much appreciated. I'm not ecstatic about going to the one in 2000 either,
Well.
if it helps. I'd rather be on the squonk at all times.
You don't even like the squonk.
That should tell you a lot.
Buy it flowers.
I will not be buying.
That just means be nice to it.
I suppose I can make the effort to be nice to it. Once I figure out how to communicate with it, of course, if it figures out that I can read Huttese, then it might switch to a different language, but maybe it'll appreciate I'm putting in the effort.
Hey, Squonk.
What?
So to complete the mission, Win needs to be able to read you, and they, from here on out, will ask you nicely and will say please and thank you. Will that make you happy to help us complete our mission?
Question.
Yes.
Biological's heart rate is increased consistently, and yet they consume goods that will continue to maintain that at a high level. Why?
It's how we must do sometimes. But we'll be happy to learn. Do you want to learn about us? Wait, that was a very personal
No.
question. But if Win will be nicer to you, is that okay? Do you find that acceptable?
Acceptable. Do not care if they are mean or nice. Do not understand biological behavior in the first place.
Oh. Well, never mind. You don't have to buy it flowers
Well,
then.
well, I'm glad the squonk and I agree on something.
A good chance one of their 3 hearts will explode anyway.
Oh, I can't wait.
You know, some of us would miss you, right? Just goes out.
Wynn turns back to hyperspace and leans on the panel. Yes, it would be nice to be missed.
Correa, what was your wisdom saving throw?
It was a 17.
Oh.
Yeah, so you spend several hours, and while you're technically meditating, attempting to understand and reach through this container, it takes a lot of effort. It's like you're running multiple marathons, and if your race could sweat, you'd be sweating profusely. You're able to almost get through a moment, and for a brief second, you see a flash of red and green, of fear. You feel fear and hatred and anger, and then it rips away, and something just kind of pushes you out, like the vessel forces you to break the connection.
I forgot I can get advantage on these rolls. Oh well. It is not happy, which I mean I wouldn't be either if I were trapped in a little figurine.
So there is something in there.
Yes, there is. I do not know what it is connected to. I do not know its aspects of the force, but it is in there.
Oh, and to be clear, once you did, for that brief second, sense whatever's inside of it, you did sense the power of the dark side.
Okay. Cool. It is what the Jedi and the Sith would consider the dark side.
Oh.
Eh, yeah, it's not great, but I'm not sure necessarily destroying it would be the best, because if it doesn't destroy whatever's inside, well, then it would release it, so...
So for now, we should just keep this thing sealed up, then.
Probably, yeah.
1 and 2 that are floating there watching this, one of the they say,
Can we have it? It would look good on me.
No.
No.
You have many other little outfits that look way better on you than whatever is in this figure.
you think 1 and 2 begin to pout.
None of that.
We will get you a hat when we get back from Zakuul.
Yay, we like hats.
I know.
Yeah. So after you go through 3 cycles, this during a time where most of y'all are awake, and it's been fairly quiet and smooth travel thus far. And then suddenly, Lysander, Coriel, can y'all make wisdom saving throws again?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I will give myself advantage.
Which dice do I want to use? I'll use the Lysander dice.
Is it happening?
If this fails,
Thank God I got advantage, because that is that's a nat 1 and an 18.
Okay.
I
So,
got
go
a 15.
You both
five, so
you both sense an
23.
overwhelming. Okay. You both sense an overwhelming amount of fear, panic, death, and then it suddenly wanes, and it feels like it's suddenly moving everywhere all around you, and getting further and further away.
Oh no, Oh no, oh no, oh no. Did it happen?
It's happening!
It's happening.
Here we go.
Did this happen, like, what kind of time period would this be, like, in the cycle? Is this, like, in the middle of the night? Did we just wake up and, like...
This is during when everybody's awake.
Okay,
Yeah, this would be like, I would imagine, like mid-morning-ish, if there was such a thing in space.
okay. Lysander, who was just chilling, feeling this all of a sudden, would also just start screaming, like, what is that?
Oh, God.
That is not good. Not good.
Guys, what's going on?
Yeah, what-
the Force people are having a weird reaction right now.
Like, guys is just back up in the, in the cockpit with Wen, and, she was just knitting because she purchased knitting stuff on, Naboo, self-care. So she was just knitting, and, so when she hears Lysander screams, she just looks at Wen. I'm gonna go look at that.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
when snaps the very illegal book of Sith that they were reading shut and sets it down on the thing. Says, yeah, you do that, and I will stay here and
Yeah, best
Check
pilot,
on-
do your thing.
yeah.
She just runs out there. Lysander, are you okay? Why are you screaming?
Lysander, who's heavily breathing, is just like,
Coriel, something's happening.
Yes, I know. And Coriel has his Sabak cards out and is dealing himself.
Something's
tarot
happening.
readings.
Yeah.
Dude.
Lysander is trying to steady his breathing and like calm down, and is like,
Where are you? Like sitting on a couch, standing? Where are you?
well, now I think he's on the floor. He was probably
Oh,
sitting on the
okay.
couch and then just kind of fell off the couch.
Yeah. Guys just kind of gets a
And-
couch pillow and just like kind of tucks it under his head, you know, in case, so he doesn't hit his head or anything.
And he's just
Easy.
like, I think a bunch of people just died.
Yep. Oh, that's a terrible draw. Oh, who?
He whips out his little data pad and is going on the HoloNet to see if there's anything on the news. Like, that wasn't a good feeling. That was a terrible, terrible feeling. That was like, the diner times 20.
Hey, Wen! She just calls up. Open your comm, see if you can find something big's happening.
I was about to suggest the same thing when turns and flicks on the open comm line.
It's
Lysander, you have enough time to open the data pad, and you see kind of a headline from Chancellor Lena So announcing the opening of Starlight Beacon, which is apparently a little bit more than a month away. And then before you're able to dive deeper into the article, the red lights inside of the Squonk begin to blink and alarms go off. And up in the cockpit, the Squonk starts displaying debris that is just starting to fill up all of the scanning systems.
When slams the emergency to drop the ship out of hyperspace.
Okay, I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Wynn got a 15.
Oh, nice.
ooh, Gaz got a 6.
That's a 3 for me.
That's a 3
Hell
for me
yeah.
too. Let's go 3.
So that's a 4 for me. However, I took the lucky feat. So I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll this,
Do it.
and that is also a 4.
Okay, so if you got a 10 or less, with the sudden change in inertia, the ship begins to shift violently, and all of you fall off your feet, or if you're even laying down, you're moved across the room, and you slam into walls, fall on furniture, what have you. You'll take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. It hurts pretty bad.
How do we calculate bludgeoning damage?
It's just 2 points of
Oh,
damage.
okay, cool.
That's the type of damage. A Gonk, for some reason, doesn't move at all.
Good for Gonk.
Yeah. And Wynn, I need you to make a pilot check.
23.
You come out of hyperspace, and immediately you see a ton of metallic debris right in front of you. You have to quickly maneuver the ship to just dodge completely out of the way. On one of the pieces of metal, you recognize a symbol of the Blind Guild.
Oh no. Wynn definitely said some words in Duries that you should not say in front of young children or elderly relatives. Quite loudly, without the comm on, it can be heard through most of the ship. And they are bringing the trio of ships around, getting them through the debris, but they are also scanning for any survivors.
Can you make me a percentile roll?
Percentiles. So, as established earlier, that is a D100, which I assume I could get by combining this
2d10. So
2d10.
one you'll assign as the. Some of them have these two numbers
So I
on
actually
the die.
have the two numbered ones. Which
So that one's your 10th digit, and the other one is just a whatever. I don't math.
that's gonna be a 79.
Yeah. So you when you start scanning for any life forms, you do not pick up any, except there is a planet not far from where you dropped out of hyperspace. Luckily, you dropped out of a system into a system. the planet appears to be barren. It is a desert planet, and most of your scanners are picking up saying it's Zakuul.
Somehow we've managed to get to Jakku anyway.
Once Wen has determined there are no survivors, they kind of pull the ship back into an autopilot, and they flip on the comm. So, bad stuff happened. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on the floor.
Yeah, Lysander,
Ugh.
when that happened, he was already on the floor, just kind of like
Yeah.
tumbled across the freaking ship.
Guys was actually like checking on Lysander, so she might have like toppled like with him. So it's like she's just kind of getting up and helping to kind of pull Lysander up back up to his feet. Yeah, we're a little banged up back here, Wen, but I think we're all gonna live.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening to yet another episode of For Light and Dice. Disaster is here, y'all. So next episode will lead right into the aftermath of what happens, and hopefully our heroes of the crew, the Phantasmal Squawk, will figure out what to do next. Thank you so much for listening to us, as always. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our podcast via your favorite podcast platform of choice. We are on social media on the X, Twitter platform, whatever it's called, under @ForLightAndDice handle. You can go there. We have a link thing there where you can subscribe to whatever platform you want on your podcast. Also, there's a link to our Discord, which is free for everybody. And most importantly, one of the most important things is a shout out to Grushkov, who's the composer of all of the music we use. If you like the music, please go check them out. They have created a ton of really amazing music based on the High Republic and some other things too. And that's it, y'all. So we are going to skip another week just because we have some scheduling conflicts with the podcast, but we'll be back week after next with the rest of the last session, and then you're going to hear what happens in our next session for season 2, which I'm very excited about. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening. May the Force be with you.